life on Earth itself, now I remember back when I was a boy, people used to think that there were lots and lots of other planets out there like the Earth where life could exist. And as time has gone on, we have realized that the conditions for life are a lot more stringent than people used to think. What does it take for us to have life on Earth? Well, obviously we've got to have water. We've got to have liquid water. And of all the planets in our solar system, the Earth is the only one that has liquid water. Now, some of the others may have water under frozen oceans, but the chances that there be life there are pretty slim. But not just liquid water, we have to have the right temperature. Clearly, it's called the Goldilocks idea. You can't be too far from the sun or you be too cold. You can't be too close to the sun or you be too hot. You got to have it just right. And people thought, well, we've got a pretty big zone there. Everything pretty much between Venus and Mars is about right. Maybe Earth would be okay there. But there are a couple of other things about that. The temperature of the Earth not only has to be just right, but it can't change very much. If the sun, for example, varied in its light output, like a lot of stars do, if the sun got, say, 20% brighter and gave us 20% more energy for a while, then it gave us 20% less energy, we'd be too hot and we'd be too cold and we couldn't exist. A lot of people worry about the greenhouse effect that's caused by the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. But if we put too much carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, then the temperature on the Earth will go up and it'll get too hot. But if we didn't have any carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, then the oceans would freeze over, it would be too cold, and life couldn't exist then either. So there are an awful lot of conditions that have to be just right. If the Earth didn't have a moon, then the axis of rotation of the Earth wouldn't stay pointed in the same direction. It would gradually tilt different amounts in different directions, and then if we could have times when there weren't any seasons, when the Earth was all pretty much the same temperature and the same hours of daylight and dark, and then other times it would be where we would have really severe seasons, and that would mess up life on Earth. And those are just a few of the things. As time has gone on, we have found that the conditions for life on Earth are a lot more strict than people had thought. Another thing that's interesting is what's called the carbon dioxide cycle that keeps the carbon dioxide in our atmosphere pretty much the same. See, if there's too much carbon dioxide and the Earth starts to warm up, then more carbon dioxide will dissolve in the oceans and it'll take it out eventually. And then that carbon dioxide will turn into limestone by the life in the oceans, and eventually then the carbon dioxide will go down, and if it gets too low, when a volcano erupts, big volcanoes put large amounts of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. But that only works because the continental plates of the Earth move around. If we didn't have continental drift on the Earth, there probably wouldn't be any life on the Earth, because the amount of carbon dioxide would be either too great or too small, and the temperature wouldn't be right. So there are lots and lots of things that have to be just right. Now, we shouldn't be surprised that everything is just right because we're here, right? If things weren't just right, we wouldn't be here. But God has fixed it so that everything on Earth is just right for us, and it's been just right for a long time, and hopefully it'll be just right for a long time in the future.